last episode, you toured Anchorage and parts of the Kenai Fjord Peninsula with us. In this episode, let's continue our journey across America's largest state. Alaska is home to the 4 largest national parks in the US. On a chilly, overcast morning, we set out on a northward drive from Anchorage toward one of the vast expanses of protected natural habitats, the majestic Denali National Park. Since it would be 5 hours to reach the vicinity of the park, we made a few stops on the way. Our first stop was a gorgeous lake near Anchorage called the Mirror Lake. It's a popular spot for fishing, canoeing, and other recreational activities. During long drives, I'm very fond of taking short hiking breaks. The Thunderbird Falls, located inside the Chugach State Park, presented us with just such an opportunity. It's only half a mile to get to the lookout, and the trail begins with a steep incline. About 100-foot gain in elevation happens very quickly, but then it evens out and you won't feel your heart rate rise as you walk up to the deck to see the 200-foot drop of the waterfall. Driving along the Susitna River, we reached the cute little town of Talkeetna. The town is at the confluence of Susitna with Chulitna and the eponymous river Talkeetna. Talkeetna, the traditional homeland of the Dena'ina people, became an important site for mining and railroad work in the first half of the 20th century. Several helicopter tours to the Denali leave from here. We stood in line to taste Shirley's fireweed ice cream. We strolled around looking for the Denali Mountain, which is supposed to come into view from certain corners of the town. But floating clouds in the distance prevented us from sighting Denali, the highest mountain peak in North America with a summit elevation of about 20,300 feet above sea level. Denali also happens to be the tallest mountain in the world from base to peak on land. Slightly disappointed, we drove through a heavy downpour past miles of roadside fireweeds to reach the small town of Cantwell. There we would stay the night. From our cozy room, we enjoyed a clear view of Mount Sheldon, a snow-covered summit in the Alaska Range. Now, this was summer in Alaska, so the sun never really completely set. With our room's large windows and sheer curtains, I woke up in the middle of the night thinking it was already morning. And the next morning was supposed to be really exciting. We were to spend our day at the Denali National Park, which covers more than 6 million acres or 24,000 square kilometers of land. The landscape is a combination of deciduous trees, alpine forests, lakes, and glaciers. There are restrictions on private cars in the national park, which is a great thing since it protects the environment. We explored the park using their efficient shuttle system. A majority of the park happens to be off limits for visitors, so we had to stay on the 92-mile-long Denali Park Road. While admiring the stunning landscape along the road, we spotted caribou, dull sheep, a species of North American wild sheep that grazes on high slopes, wolves, and several Kodiak bears. Our initial sightings were all at a significant distance. But about an hour or so into the drive, our bus stopped abruptly and the driver hushed us. A grizzly bear, identifiable by its striking hump, was directly approaching our vehicle. At about the 45-mile mark on the Denali Park Road, we got off the bus to enjoy a panoramic vista before taking a shuttle back to the visitor center, winding our way through dense forests, sheer mountain slopes, and deep valleys. After exiting Denali that day, thoroughly happy with all the sights and sounds we soaked in, we drove to what would be the northmost point of our trip, the city of Fairbanks. Fairbanks is a popular destination to see northern lights, but it was not quite aurora season yet, and all we saw from our lovely bed and breakfast was uninterrupted daylight. The best part of our Fairbanks stay was the Museum of the North at the University of Alaska. The museum offers an introduction to Alaska's history and geography and also houses contemporary art from the state, such as a unique sound and light chamber called The Place Where You Go to Listen, created by Grammy and Pulitzer-winning composer John Luther Adams. And an installation that resembles a typical outhouse created out of found materials and historical objects by the artist Craig N. Buchanan. A 20-minute drive from Fairbanks in torrential rain brought us to a town called North Pole. It's popular for the Santa Claus house, which is supposed to be the official residence of Santa Claus. If you've been writing letters to Santa, this is where it should go. The Santa Claus house sells Christmas-themed gifts, pastries, and chocolates. It was a nice little rest stop for us as we continued our long drive, this time moving south via Alaska Route 1.